speaking of the NSA, the Washington Post has this story about how the Obama administration had reversed restrictions on the NSA in 2011. This is disappointing on a number of levels. Certainly to the Obama bots and just the casual Obama supporters, like many here at the Majority Report, maybe, who want to use
Many. We're a staff of 3.
many
Meaning.
over here.
Okay.
No, but I mean, there was the argument that the NSA's mass surveillance program was implemented during the Bush years, and the Obama administration are just using what was already in place.
They're just formalizing
Yes.
what was illegally implemented.
And I mean,
under Bush.
maybe they're broadening things that were already allowed. They're pushing on the wording. They're being liberal with the wording of it. But this is proof right here that they're not just applying their own meaning to what's already allowed. They're reversing things that were restricted, plain and outright. The Obama administration, as the Washington Post writes, secretly won permission from a surveillance court in 2011 to reverse restrictions on the NSA's use of intercepted phone calls and emails. What is one of these restrictions they reversed? One of them was permitting the agency to search deliberately for Americans' communications in its massive databases. This runs contradictory to everything they said about how they're not using this to spy on Americans.
That's right.
In addition, the court extended the length of time that the NSA is allowed to retain intercepted U.S. communications from 5 years to 6 years, and more under special circumstances. Now, these all come from documents that were released in a 2011 opinion by U.S. District Judge John D. Bates, who was then the chief judge of the FISA court. What had not previously been acknowledged in that the court in 2008 imposed an explicit ban at the government's request on those kinds of searches that officials in 2011 got the court to lift the bar on, and that search authority has been used. Together, the permissions to search and to keep the data longer expanded the NSA's authority in significant ways without that public debate that Obama so often says he's open to. This is pretty incredible.
That's right.
It defies exactly what the administration's been saying. It goes against what they've been saying, that they're not holding on to this data, they're not searching Americans. The decisions here continue that the queries must reasonably likely yield foreign intelligence information. I mean, that's so vague. It could be. The Obama administration is being even more liberal and abstract with even more with terminology that's even more specific. I mean, reasonably likely. I mean, even one of those words would be.
Well, and this goes exactly back to why this system needs to be adversarial. Because this is exactly what's happening. You're getting one-sided presentations of arguments, and you're having incredibly indirect and tricky reasoning. And this is logic. This is the logic of any organization and bureaucracy. They want to grow their capacity to do. Sometimes those capacities to do are positive things. Sometimes they're really not. Sometimes they're maybe necessary but need to be tightly reined in, as in something like this.
Yes.
Very tightly reined in, very tightly controlled, very tightly monitored, and it's just not the case. And I think this just, this is example number how many ever you need that the Obama administration is not accountable on this, and there needs to be an adversarial system.
And I think this quote is a great way to end this particular story on the NSA. In 2008, the court imposed a wholesale ban on such searches at the government's request, said Alex Joel, a civil liberties protection officer at the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. But in 2011, to more rapidly and effectively identify relevant foreign intelligence communications, this Alex Joel of the Office of the Director of National Intelligence says, "We did ask the court to lift the ban. We wanted to be able to do it," in reference to the searching of Americans' communications without a warrant. I mean, that's simply it. They want to do it, and that's the basis.
That's what you get in a non-adversarial system. and then all sorts of overreaches from the initial premise of, very limited use of these very, very expansive powers.
So on the NSA, you can say the Obama administration is just following Bush's lead, but I mean, I don't think it could be any clearer that in the NSA realm, the Obama administration is worse. Jeez.